Hello guys, greetings from Placement Ski. I'm Pradyumna, one of the co-founders of Placement Ski. I welcome you all for the second lecture in the lecture series on previous year questions asked in Wipro NLTH. I'll be covering the exact questions asked earlier. In the first part, I've covered questions 1 to 7. Please do watch the video if you have not watched it yet. Now I'll be resuming from question 8. If you permute 5 letters of the word lemon in 5 factorial ways, in how many words vowels do not come together? Okay, so the word is lemon. We are told that vowels should not come together. First, let's see what are the consonants that we have. The consonants are L, M and N. And what are the vowels that we have here? We have E and an O. These are the vowels and these are the consonants. Now we have said that vowels should not come together. Therefore, let's first arrange consonants. Okay, I'm indicating 3 blanks, C1, C2, C3. Right? Now, the first blank can be filled in how many ways? It can be filled with either L or M or N, right? So this can be filled in 3 ways, right? Now out of these 3 consonants, one consonant is filled here. Therefore, the second blank can be filled in how many ways? It can only be filled in 2 ways, either L or M. Again, out of these 2, one is filled here. Therefore, the third blank can be filled in only one way because we only have one consonant remaining. Okay. Now we have to fill the 3 consonants, therefore it is N. Therefore 3 into 2 into 1. Therefore the consonants are arranged in 3 factorial ways. Okay. Let me repeat, why did we start with consonants in first place? Because there is some restriction with respect to vowels. Therefore it's simpler to start with consonants and later on we'll fit in vowels in these positions. Okay. Consonants are filled, that is 3 factorial ways. Now where should vowels be placed so that they don't come together? They'll have to be placed in between consonants, isn't it? Here. So there are 4 positions where vowels can be placed. They'll have to be separated by consonants, isn't it? Therefore, there are 4 positions. Therefore, the first vowel can be positioned in how many ways? 4 ways. Why? Because there are 4 blanks. It can occupy either this or this or this or this 4 ways. And the second vowel can be placed in how many ways? 3 ways. Because out of 4, one is already filled with an vowel. Therefore, the second vowel can be filled in 3 ways. Therefore, together these 2 vowels can be filled in how many ways? 4 into 3 ways. In how many ways can we fill consonants? 3 factorial ways. Therefore, vowels and consonants can be filled in how many ways? Vowels in 4 into 3 ways. And whenever it is and, will multiply. And consonants can be filled in 3 factorial ways. So this will be your answer. 12 into 3 factorial 6. So the answer for this question is 72 ways. Is that clear? First, try to address the ones that don't have any constraints. Later on, proceed with the ones that have constraints. In this case, consonants, there is no restriction with respect to consonants. So we have started with that and then later on filled in vowels positions, right? Let's move to the next question. A can finish a piece of work in 12 hours and B can finish the same work in 14 hours. A in 12 hours and B in 14 hours, working alone, right? And they started working alternatively, starting with B, and B earns rupees 50 per hour. How much does B get paid in all for the job? See, whenever we have time and work questions, it's always better to assume the total work to be the LCM of 12 and 14. Okay, the LCM of the given values. So 12 and 14, what is the LCM? What is the LCM of 12 and 14? How do we do it? 2, 6, 12, 2, 7, 14. And these don't have anything else in common. Therefore, it is 6 into 2, 12, 12 sevens, 84. So I'm assuming the total work to be 84 units. Let me repeat. Whenever we have time and work questions, it's always better to assume the value of the total work. And what value should we assume? We shall assume a value which is LCM of the given values. LCM of 12 and 14 is 84. Therefore, the total work to be done is 84 units and A takes 12 hours. Therefore, in every hour, how much work does A do? It is 84 by 12, right? 84 by 12, that is 12 sevens 84. So 7 units per hour. So A does 7 units per hour. Now B does how much work? 84 by 14. So what is it? 14 by 84, what is the value? 14 ones, 14 684, right? So it is 6 units per hour. Okay, so these are the efficiencies of A and B. Now it's told that they're working alternatively, right? What does that mean? In the first hour, A works, right? And then in this, sorry, they're told that it's starting with B, right? Therefore, B starts at B, then A, then B, then A, then B, then A, then B, then A, so on, right? It's in the first hour, it's in the second hour, it's in the third hour, it's in the fourth hour, fifth hour, sixth hour, seventh hour, eighth hour. It goes on, isn't it? Therefore, now B, what is the efficiency of B? B does how many units in an hour? B does 6 units in an hour. A does how many units? 7 units. 6 units, 7 units. 6 units, 7 units. 6, 7. It goes on, right? Now we can say that for every 2 hours, how much work is done? Every 2 hours. Every 2 hours, 6 plus 7, that is 13 units work is done, right? Now we are supposed to do totally how much work? 84 units of work. So what happens now? So in, let's say, let me take it to the nearest value. So let's say let's multiply this with, so 6. Okay, in 12 hours how much work will be done? 13 into 6, that is 78 units work will be done. So why did we multiply by 6? To take it closer to this value. Okay, to take 13 closer to 84, we are multiplying by 6. If we multiply by 7, it becomes 91, which is more than the needed work, right? Therefore I multiplied by the 6. So 2 6 12. So in 12 hours 78 units work is done. Okay, now in 13th hour who works? We know that for every odd hour B works, right? So see here, first, third, fifth, seventh. So 13th hour also B works. B does how much work? B does how much work? B does 6 units work. So 78 plus 6. So B does 6 units work. So that 78 plus 6, it becomes 84, right? 84 units work. Is that clear? So work is done. So how many hours did they take in all? They took 13 hours. Is that clear? They totally took 13 hours to finish the work. Okay, out of which B worked for how much time? B worked for 6 plus 1, that is 7 hours. Is that clear? Why? Because B worked the first hour, the third hour, the fifth hour, the seventh hour, ninth hour, 11th hour, then 13th hour, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 13th hour, right? Because 13th hour. So totally 7 hours did B work, and A worked for how many hours? A worked only for 6 hours. Is that clear? So for each hour, B is paid rupees 50. Therefore, for 7 hours, B gets paid 50 into 7, that is rupees 350. This is how we solve this question. Is this clear? Let's move on to the next question. The number 456 asterisk 85 is completely divisible by 3. Okay, it's a very easy question. 456 asterisk 85. It is completely divisible by 3. Find the smallest whole digit number in place of the star to satisfy the given condition of divisibility. So this number has to be divisible by 3. What is the divisibility rule for 3? Sum of digits should be divisible by 3, isn't it? Now let's add it here. So 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus asterisk, let's take it as x, plus 8 plus 5 should be divisible by 3. So what is the value here? 4 plus 5 9, 9 plus 6 15, 15 plus 8 23, plus 5 is 28. So this value is 28 plus x. So 28 plus x should be divisible by 3. So what is the smallest number? Smallest positive number? It has to be 2, because 28 plus 2 gives us 30, which is divisible by 3. Therefore x value has to be 2 for the number to be divisible by 3. Is that clear? It's a very simple question. You should not take more than 10 to 15 seconds to solve this question, right? Let's move on to the next one. A started a business with rupees 2,70,000. Okay, and was joined by B after 3 months. How much did B invest if the profit share at the end of the year was 3/5 of the total profit? Okay, now it's a question on partnerships. Okay, whenever investments and time periods are different, the profits are shared in the ratio of the product of investments and time. So what are you saying? Let's say there are two people who invested, say let's say the first person invested A1 for time T1, okay, and then the second person invested A2 for the time T2, okay. Now the profit will be shared in the ratio of A1 into T1 is to A2 into T2. Is that clear? This is when amounts as well as time periods are different. In this case, let's see what is happening. Let's see what is A1, let's see what is T1, what is A2, and what is T2. Okay, it's given that A has invested 2,70,000. So I don't write as 2,70,000, I'll just write it as 270k, where k represents 1000. Okay, now is A2 given? No. Um, it's told that A was joined by B after 3 months, right? And the profit share is calculated at the end of the year. Therefore, A invested for 12 months. Okay, whereas B invested for how much time? B invested only for 9 months. Why? Because after 3 months he joined. Okay, so he was available only for the last 9 months of the year. Okay, so this is given. Now amount is it given? No, it's not given. Finally, we are told that the profit share of A was 3/5 of the total profit. Okay, so A share was 3/5 of the total profit. If A share is 3/5, then what should have been B share? B share should have been 2/5 of the total profit. 2/5 of the total, because from 1 if we subtract 3 by 5 we get 2 by 5. Therefore, what is A share is to B share? A share is 3/5 is to B share is 2/5. So what is it that we get? We get 3:2. Is it clear? So A share is to B share is 3:2. Let's remember that. Now, how do we evaluate this? We know that A share is to B share. So how do we get it? We get it as A1 into T1 is to A2 into T2, right? That's what we have discussed, right? Let me substitute here. So 270k into T1 is 12 is to A2. We were not sure of it. A2 into T2. T2 is 9 months. This value is given as 3 by 2. Isn't it? Because we have calculated, right? A share is 3 by 5. B share is 2 by 5. So A share is to B share is 3:2. This is what we have. Now it's only about calculation, right? So what do we have? 9 ones, 9 3s 27. We have a 30. Similarly, we have a 3 here. 3 ones, 3 fours 12. So what is A2? A2 is equal to 30 into 4 into 2. 30k into 4 into 2. So which is 8 into 30, that is 240k. That is 2,40,000. See here, it's always better to write down the values in terms of k if the number is a large number, right? To just save time. Is this concept clear? Whenever amounts and time periods are different, the profits will always be shared in the ratio of the products. A1 into T1 is to A2 into T2. In this case, the amounts and time periods were different. Therefore, the profits were shared in the ratio of A1 into T1 is to A2 into T2. Now, A share was given 3 by 5. So, we have evaluated B share, which is 2 by 5. Therefore, A share is to B share is 3:2. Most of the students take 3 by 5 here, which is incorrect, right? We are given A share as 3/5 of the total, right? Therefore, we are supposed to convert it this way. Okay, A share is to B share is 3 by 2. Now, if you calculate, you get the answer as 240k, which is 2,40,000. Let's move on to the next question. Population of a village is 8,000. Okay, the number of males and females increased by 6% and 8% respectively. Okay, consequently, the population of the village becomes 8,600. How many females were there in the village? Okay, now we are supposed to assume values for males and females because that is not given. Instead of assuming it as x and y, I'll assume it as 100x and 100y. Okay, let the number of males be 100x, let the number of females be 100y. Why? Because we have in percentages, therefore it is easy to calculate it this way, right? Now initially the population was 8,000, so 100x plus 100y, this should have been 8,000, right? This is the initial value. So zeros get cancelled, right? So you get x plus y is equal to how much? 80. Okay, Let's keep this in mind. Okay. Now the number of males increased by 6%. So males was 100x. Okay. The count was 100x. Now it increased by 6%. What is 6% increase on 100x? It is 6x, right? So that is increased 100x plus 6x. Similarly, females were how much? It was 100y. On it 8% increase. What is 8% on y? It is 8y. Okay, this is the number of females and males now. Okay, now we are given that the total now is how much? The total is how much now? Males plus females is equal to 8600, right? So 100x plus 6x is how much? 106x plus 100 plus 8, that is 108y. This value is 8600, right? So these are the two conditions. You have two variables, two conditions. That is it, right? You can easily calculate it, right? The first equation, second equation. Let's do 2 minus 1. Second equation minus first equation. So 106x plus 108y is equal to 8600, and here we have 100x plus 100y is equal to 8000. So what do we get? On subtraction we get 6x plus 8y is equal to 600, right? I'm writing it here. So we have a 6x, so we can cancel out 2, right? So we have 3x plus 4y is equal to 300, and then you already have x plus y is 80, right? If you multiply this by 3, we can easily get the value of, we can eliminate x, right? Therefore I'm multiplying this by 3. You get 3x plus 3y is equal to 3 into 80, that is 240. That's it, right? Done. The problem is solved. Minus, a minus and a minus, this is gone. 4y minus 3y is y is equal to 60. Are we supposed to find the value of y? We are supposed to find the value of females initially. So it is 100 into y. So 100 into 60 is how much? It is 6000. Is that clear? So so initially there were 6000 females in the village. It's just equations, okay? We have two equations, two variables. Just simplify that, you get the answer. What is the remainder when 2 power 35 is divided by 5? Okay, 2 power 35 seems to be a big number, and the examiner is not really expecting us to, compute 2 power 35 and then divide by 5. So let's see if there is any better way. Let's start with the simpler powers, okay? 2 power 1. What is the remainder when 2 power 1 is divided by 5? It is 2. What is the remainder when 2 square is divided by 5? It is 4. Let's continue this way and see if there is any pattern that we can observe, okay? 2 cube divided by 5. 2 cube is 8. 8 upon 5, the remainder is how much? It is 3. Similarly, 2 power 4 upon 5. 2 power 4 is 16 upon 5. So 5 3 is 15, you get 1 as remainder. As of now, there is no repetition, so there is no pattern as of now, right? We have 2, 4, 3 and 1. Now let's see if for 2 power 5. 2 power 5 upon 5. 2 power 5 is 32 upon 5. So 5 1s 5 6 30. So you get 2 as remainder. Yeah, we got 2 as remainder. There seems to be a pattern. Let's see. Let's check for 2 power 6 upon 5. 2 power 6 is how much? It is 64 upon 5. So the remainder is 4. Yeah. So there seems to be a pattern. What is the pattern? 2 4 3 1. 2 4 3 1. So after every 4 powers, the reminders are repeating. 2 4 3 1 is a pattern. Okay. Therefore, the remainder cycle is how much? The remainder cycle is 4. That is, after every 4 powers, reminders repeat. Great. So how should we solve this question? It happens in two steps, right? So now that we have understood this, it happens in two steps. What is it? The first step, whatever power is given, okay, let's say here 35 is the power, right? So what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to divide 35 by 4 first. Divide 35 by 4. Okay. So what is the remainder that we get? The remainder that we get is 4 8 32. We get 3 as remainder. So if we get 1 as remainder, then the actual remainder is 2. If you get 2 as remainder, the actual remainder is 4. If you get 3 as remainder, the actual remainder is 3. If you get 0 as remainder, the actual remainder is 1. Okay. So whenever you divide by 4, this is when dividing by 4. Okay. The first step is you'll have to divide by 4. When you get 1 as remainder, the remainder is 2. When you get 2 as remainder, the actual remainder is 4. when you get 3 as remainder, the actual remainder is 3, so on and so forth. So in this case we have got 3 as remainder, therefore what is the actual remainder when divided by 5? It is 3, right? So it is 3. Sir, what if the power is 40, sir? Let's see. If the power is 40, what is the first step? You'll have to divide by 4. It is exactly divisible by 4. So what is the remainder that you got when you divided by 4? When you divide the power by 4, you get 0. Whenever you have 0 as remainder, so what is the remainder? It is 1. So the remainder when it is divided by 5 is 1. So what if it is, let me take 82. Okay, 82. So power is 82. So what do? Divide 82 by 4 first. Okay, that's the first step, please remember. So what is the remainder? You get 2 as remainder, right? 4 into 20 is 80, so you get remainder as 2. So when the remainder is 2, the actual remainder is how much? It is 1, right? Therefore it is, sorry, when the remainder is 2, I'm sorry, we are here, right? When the remainder is 2, the remainder has to be 4. Okay, this is how we calculate the remainders when divided by 5. So we first find out if there is any pattern, and later on we just have to do it in 2 steps. One final question: what if the power is 97? Okay, the question is 2 power 97 by 5. What is the remainder? So how do we do it? So first 97. If you divide by 4, you get 1 as remainder. Whenever you get 1 as remainder, 1 as remainder. So the answer is 2. Therefore, the remainder when 2 power 97 is divided by 5 is 2. Is that clear? It happens in 2 steps. This you need not have to memorize this too. Just try to do it in exam. You can just get the pattern. Later on, you can get this answer too.